It's me again. I am back, and this time I have one I haven't touched before, an LG 42L G70. So 42 inch, I'm guessing 70 series. It is from, was it August 2008. So that seems to be kind of a good year. I'm guessing it's an LED or an LCD, uh, not a plasma, but I could be wrong. It's pretty damn heavy. Uh, Yeah, good question on that. Actually, let me show you the TV. Spin around. All right, so here's the if you want to get a better view of it, and it's already broken. Somebody broke an edge off. That's the bottom. Let me sit this up. All right, there's your typical just flat screen LG TV. Nothing too spectacular or too different, but that's definitely LED or LCD because plasma would be glassy and shiny. So, all right. So I'm gonna pull this thing apart, and I'm hoping only 2 seconds, and then I'll be right back, and you'll see the innards, and then maybe we'll see if we can get any good boards off this. So it would be kind of nice. I've had nothing but really bad garbage for like the whole day and a half, 2 days, whatever. Shitty young TVs. What am I trying? Cheap TVs. Young. Jeez, Alzheimer's kicking in. Like old, young, uh, cheap versus expensive TVs. So yeah, this is an LG, which I think is kind of middle of the road. It's not like your Harman Kardon. I don't even know if they have that brand anymore, but it's not that type of high end. But it's better than Philips or the others that I've been working on in the past. Hisense, like that. It's just garbage. So I'll be right back. I'll show you the innards. So I'm back. Yeah, I'm telling you, the aught series years of 2000, or maybe early, I don't know. I haven't touched any flat screens from before that, but from 2000 to 2010 seem to be premium years for the amount of boards you get from them. And I'm guessing gold content is going to be higher on any of those. So you can see here already, just from pulling off the back. You know what? Let me get this. Okay. So, your main power board, which is actually pretty big. So, decent amount of aluminum and copper is going to be in there. You can see a board under here. Smaller boards here. I think there's nope. One under there. I think there's maybe one big one. One up here. And there's probably the other board. So, I'm going to uncover those. Here's just an overview. I'm going to uncover all of them, and I'll be back. I'm back. All right. So, as I was saying, and I know I sound a little like kooky, crazy, a little obsessed, but the aught years are the best for the gold recovery and the types of boards you can get for LCDs, LEDs, and plasmas. Just by far the most amount of good quality boards and chips. Chips mostly. The boards. Oh no. Well, you're all right. Let me show you. All right, so this is so far what I've uncovered. So you have four boards plus, a mini board there for the front panel. Uh, Obviously, power, low grade board, but aluminum, copper, couple like these relays and massive. What do you call it? Not that you'd get anything from that worthwhile, but it's cool looking. Uh, and a more power board with transistors. I think LG, so it might be maybe higher end. There's possibility of these having gold filaments. within them, you know, minute, and you need hundreds to make anything, but still. Okay, but onto the bigger and better boards. So look at that, first one. Gold BGA right in the middle. And then it looks like 2 memory chips to the left, which are going to have gold. So you've got 3 chips with gold. And you've got gold on the edges. You know, I'm sure this is gold on the... You know, gold ribbon. Boom. And look at those MLCs right there. Pretty nifty, Timmy. So, and then, okay, yeah, okay, board number, so that's a decent quality board. Look at this. Look at this one. Boom. Gold BGA right there. Look at these. Don't know what they are, but maybe memory boards. You know, so still IC chips with the potential of gold. Boom. That's another IC chip right there. You know, the only issue is that you get mixed in this stuff. So this is like low grade material, and this might need to be removed in order to keep this as a, you know, this is definitely a high grade peripheral board. Yeah. Oh yeah. And look at a, what do you call it? A crystal oscillator. Another IC. You're going to have gold pins in here. Gold pins there. I can see that they're gold. Yeah, so this is a great board. This whole TV's falling apart, crashing to the ground. I gotta take the rest of it apart, and I'm sure we're gonna have more boards in here. So I'll be back with a total count of boards. Pretty cool though. I like this LG from 2008, I think. Definitely got some good stuff. And even if, you know, say this is a low grade board, right? Actually, I think that's a high grade. You know, with the gold like that, that's visible, plus a gold BGA, plus those 2, I believe those are memory IC chips. Your big fat, look at all of the MLCCs there. That's got to be a high grade peripheral board, at minimum. I'm not going to say telecom or any of that because it's not a telecom board. It is off of a television, but still, there's some cool components on there. So it's going to go in my high grade peripheral pile. This, I gotta see. I'm probably, you know, I know that stuff at the top is high grade peripheral, but this down here might devalue it to low grade. So, but it's upgradable, meaning if I remove some of these chips, probably could get this as a high grade peripheral board. So that's pretty cool. And you know, even if you got to remove some of the stuff, there's gold in those connectors. The 3 HDMI on the left, SVGA, not in the phonos. Those may be brass, but I'm guessing this. Let me get the. Where are you, you little magnet? What did I do with you? Did you already fall away? I definitely have it somewhere. There you are. Okay, little magnet. Let's see if it sticks. These are steel or brass. They're brass. Nice. Nice. That's cool. No stick whatsoever. All brass. So that's good. So, geez, even these are. There's no steel on these. So you're talking, this is like I mean, now look at this. Even the littlest amount of steel, this thing would have lifted, would have moved. This board can move. It's free, you know. So this is a high quality board. Even if it's not, you know, telecom, it's still high quality. You get, you know, good brass, good gold recovery. Pretty expensive. Happy, glad I junkyarded this board. And then, you know, you got your base metals here to throw into your collection. And I haven't even pulled the rest of this apart. So I'll be back. We'll look at some more goodies. Back for the board count. Okay. Got everything fun. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes so I get 20 seconds to tell you. This is what we came up with. Let me switch cameras. Okay, so this is everything. Everything's sitting on the back of the board. You've got your cable over there. Oop, jeeps. Sorry, cable to the right. You get your 2N. These have golds for gold recovery, or I think, I'm not exactly sure if they'll go in categorized as high grade peripheral or not. Low grade. I think it's 50, 55 cents a pound, if that. So probably better off just getting the parts off it and chucking it at your scrapyard. Low grade. Don't know if there's anything you could even pull off that. But your main things. Oh, there's also the fluorescent tubes. I mean, if you're really savvy and you know how to pull mercury from these things, that would be really cool. I got a ton. I got more sitting over there. And I'm going to have boatloads of this. I just don't know what to do with it. Obviously I'll dispose of it properly, but if there is a way to get mercury, that would be kind of neat. You know what I mean? Have a big vat of mercury. Back to reality. Okay, so here's your boards. And, fix that up. Make it a high-grade peripheral. Fix that up. Actually, you don't have to fix that up. That is pretty much, I think, a high-grade peripheral, especially with the gold showing and the gold BGA, your 2 memory chips, which are going to have gold, and 1,000,000 MLCCs for palladium, silver content. And this little board here, which is, low-grade peripheral at most of the transistor or diode. Or, just scrap it for whatever you want. You could get see those resistors on the right in that row with numbering on them, black ones. Those have ruthenium oxide. If you, want, you could collect all of them, put them in a mason jar like I do. And then someday, I just blew through 10 minutes by 2 minutes. Damn, man. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna let you go because I don't want to make these videos too long. But that's what you got. Yeah, more TVs, tons of junk, tons of aluminium, as the British would say. Oh yeah, and this came with quite a bit of steel. Not those, but I think that's a back of one. And a bunch of junk down here. So, value-wise, I don't know. But, it's just fun to take apart. It's really kind of cool. It's like being a little kid again. This brings out the little child in you. And I think you have to let the child live. Otherwise, you'd be all cooped up and you'd go postal on your coworkers. So, with that note, to all a good night and Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or till Tuesday. I don't know. That stuff. Yeah. I love you. Okay. Over and out. Talk to you later. Hope you liked the video. Good night.